Hi guys, it's Dr. Sabrina Siegel here, and today's Brain Myth Monday is going to focus on something that affects the entire nervous system. And this particular Brain Myth Monday is also going to address my personal experience as well as some cutting-edge scientific research findings. So what is the topic? Chiropractic. Most people think of chiropractic as being only for back pain, right? That's what you typically hear people say, that the only reason to go and see a chiropractor is if you're experiencing back pain. Well, according to my own personal experience and to current research findings, that couldn't be further from the truth. I am an identical twin, for those of you who don't know, and as much as we've both dedicated our lives to eating healthy and exercising consistently, for many years we both were sick all the time. So I was that person who would walk into the room, and if somebody sneezed, that was it. I would be sick. And my sister and I would both experience being sick about every 3 to 4 weeks. And it got to the point where both of us just kind of chalked it up to not really having great immune systems, and we didn't know why. Especially considering the fact that we both did live very healthy lifestyles. And then there was a day that my twin sister went to an amazing chiropractor in Orange County. And from that first day that she stepped into his office, she was never sick again. So for years, she was telling me, you really need to try chiropractic. You really need to get an adjustment. And she was seeing all these other health benefits, and she would share her experiences with me. And while they seemed really inspiring, I didn't quite believe it yet. I was still pretty skeptical. I still kind of thought, well, chiropractic seems like it's just if you have a back injury. And I thought that I didn't need it because I had never been seriously injured. So several years passed, and I finally gave in, and I finally went to see her chiropractor. At this point, she was going on 4 years of never being sick. Meanwhile, I'm still struggling with being sick about every 3 to 4 weeks. So I remember though, even at the time, walking into his office, I knew we'd have to take x-rays, and I remember thinking to myself, well, my x-ray is going to be perfect because I have been blessed to have, even though I've been an athlete, never experienced a serious injury, and I've also never been in a serious car accident. So I thought I was going to walk into that office and just my x-ray was going to be beautiful. And I still remember my reaction when I saw my x-ray. I was shocked. So I said, let's give this a try. And I had my first chiropractic adjustment. I think it's really difficult for me to even put into words how I felt after that first adjustment, and I often hear this from other people. But the best way I can describe it is it's as if I was floating. I felt like years of weight had just been lifted off of me. And as a neuroscientist, of course, the first thing that popped into my head was, what kind of amazing neurotransmitters are flooding my brain and my body right now? And so I raced home and literally got my hands on every scientific article on chiropractic that I could find. And I became fascinated with it. And so I would bring these articles in to my chiropractor, and we would talk about them, and I would ask his opinion on different research studies. And during one of these discussions, I remember he said something to me that stuck with me, and that's really changed my life. Now, when I think about it, it almost seems funny to me because it seems so obvious. But he said that the nervous system innervates every organ in our body. What that basically means is that your nervous system, the health of your nervous system, affects every aspect of your health throughout your life. That was so incredibly powerful to me that it's never left. And it really changed my whole outlook on how I address my health and how important it is to maintain the health of my nervous system. So in fact, there are many studies that have shown that when you have diseased organs, they're influenced by the health of the nerves that innervate them. So there's a ton of research studies on this in terms of chiropractic. But what I'd like to focus on today is one aspect, actually the greatest aspect of chiropractic that's touched my life, and that is the functioning of the immune system. Before I go into the research study that I'd like to share with you guys today, I'm just going to do a brief summary on how the immune system works. So basically, when you're exposed to a foreign toxin, such as a virus or bacteria or fungi, this is referred to as an antigen. And your body's immune response functions by synthesizing and secreting proteins, which are referred to as antibodies. And these antibodies will detect specific antigens and bind to them, which will inactivate those antigens, thus protecting the host. So the blood cells that regulate your immune response are referred to as white blood cells. And these fall into two main categories, B cells and T cells. And these are the cells that synthesize and secrete antibodies. So in this particular study, the researchers were primarily interested in two main antibodies, immunoglobulin or IgG and IgM. And both of these antibodies are synthesized and secreted from your B cells. So in 2010, researchers wanted to know whether a single chiropractic adjustment could have an effect on the immune response in 74 healthy individuals. And so they randomly assigned these participants to receive a chiropractic adjustment and a blood draw, or the blood draw alone. So that was the control group. Participants underwent a blood draw before, 20 minutes after, and then 2 hours post chiropractic adjustment. And what the researchers found was that a single chiropractic adjustment resulted in significant increase in the synthesis of the antibody IgG 20 minutes post chiropractic adjustment. And it resulted in significant increase in the synthesis of IgM, another antibody, 2 hours post chiropractic adjustment. The results from the study seem to suggest that a single chiropractic adjustment has immediate effects on immune regulatory processes. And while the results are really exciting, this study was published in 2010, and I'm looking forward to a lot more research in this area, particularly future research studies that will be able to examine the effects of regular chiropractic care on enhanced immune function, because I'm going on 3.5 years now of receiving regular chiropractic care, and I have not been sick once since I stepped into my chiropractor's office 3.5 years ago. It's been so much fun to share this with you. For more information on this topic, you can check out my research blog at www.drsabrinasiegel.com. Thanks for tuning in.